trail cameras and DIY mounting them. It's coming up. Hey, it's Steve with STO Wildlife Calls. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome and great to have you. If you're interested in crossbow hunting, you might want to consider subscribing and click the bell notification and you won't miss anything. So let's get into it. Hey guys, if you're already using trail cameras and have just used the straps that come with them to mount them on your trees, we're going to discuss a DIY tree mounting system. You maybe already have seen the one on YouTube of Cambush on their DIY trail camera mount, and also one from DIY Sportsman. You modify it a little bit. Mine's going to be similar to the DIY Sportsman, but I'm modifying it more than he did. And I'll put links to both of those in the description below. So we're going to take you into the shop and we're going to go over the items you need. So stay tuned as we move to the shop. Here we see the parts that we're going to need. This is an eye bolt, 1/4 inch, 2.5 inches long. This is a eye bolt, 1/4 by 3 inches long. Then we have 2 1/4 inch wing nuts. They'll go on the eye bolts after a while. Then we have a 7/16 by 1.5 inch bolt, hex bolt, and a 7/16 nylon lock washer. They fit through the eye bolts better than a 3/8. And then I have 3 7/16 inch flat washers. I'm using them instead of fender washers. The flat washers were cheaper. We take the 7/16 hex bolt, put on a flat washer. Then we put on the 1/4 by 2.5 inch eye bolt. Then we put on another flat washer. Then we put on the 1/4 by 3 inch eye bolt. We put the last flat washer on. And then we put on our 7/16 nylon hex nut. Now some of the videos you might see, they're using a thumb screw and a wing nut on there. I would decide to go with the hex bolt and a lock nut. And yes, you would have to have wrenches with you to tighten that, loosen it, so you can adjust your camera then once it's mounted. Now the 1/4 inch wing nuts, you turn them upside down, put one on the 3 inch eye bolt, and you put the other one on upside down on the 2.5 inch long eye bolt. Now the other 1/4 inch nut we'll use when we mount the mounting unit onto the tie plate we're going to make up coming up shortly. Then on your camera, now my Bushnell has a 1/4 inch thread unit on the bottom of the camera. Has a 1/4 inch on the bottom of the camera and also on the back of the camera. And if you want, you could mount your camera on the back using the back mounting. And then you just would tighten down your wing nut, snug that up, and that makes that part of her tight. Now, I didn't tighten up my hex bolt yet, but I think most are going to want to use their bottom mounting. So there your camera would be mounted on the mounting system. Would have your adjustments and so forth. and I'll show you later on that after we have the whole thing done and camoed, and I can show it to you when it's mounted onto the tie plate. So we're going to move on to that. That'll be coming up next. Okay, now we're into where you use the tie plate. This is a tie plate. Made these little holes 1/4 inch on the outside 4 corners. This is the center hole. These 2 are for 2 other eye bolts that I'm going with in mine. This is your main tie plate. That's the holes. Now in the finished unit, and these 4 corners, I put 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch bolts in with a nut on the back. Here was the center hole. This is the wing nut. This is our mounting unit for the camera. And then I have decided to put 2 more eye bolts, and I went with the quarters. Reason is they were the same price as a 3/16. So I'll put 2 of them in because the strap that you get with your camera, you're going to be able to take and put it through there without much trouble. Wrap it around your tree, and then come back as you come around the tree again and come through this one, and I feel is going to make it sturdier, because then it all goes back into this lock buckle. So that's how I'm trying mine anyhow. Okay, we're going to get this painted up, camouflaged, and then we'll show it in action with the camera and mount it onto a tree. Okay, here's my homemade bracket that I made, and have it on a smaller tree so I could use both of my tie points. And gonna put the camera on, tighten up my wing nut. Tighten up, tighten this wing nut. Might have to redo this now. There it is. Put it up higher. I know a lot of them tell you waist tie is a good thing for deer and so forth, but with a mount, you can put it up higher, you can tilt it left or right or front and back. I believe I have her where I want her right now, and we'll see what some pictures, if we get any pictures of anything. There's some old tracks that go up through. There's our homemade mount, which can be used anywhere, even on like game lands and so forth where you can't bore into a tree. You mount that on there, and I just used a strap that came with the camera that I had it strapped fast to, so we'll see what happens. This is the second camera, second homemade mount for the trail camera. Again, double strapped through 2 eye bolts in the back. So we have some deer trails up here. We have a logging road goes up past. So I hope this DIY video helps you to maybe make some of these trail camera mountings for yourself. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more on crossbow hunting, make sure to click the subscribe button below. You'll subscribe, and I'll continue to share my strategies on crossbow hunting. Till next time, shoot straight, and thanks for watching.